This is number 40 in problem set 6-3, where we're asked to solve the quadratic equation using the method that seems most appropriate. Now we can use the quadratic formula, x equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Or we can use the completing the square method. I like completing the square, so I'm going to do that. Step 1, we need to move this constant to the other side of the equal sign. And in doing so, I'll have x squared plus 5x plus something that will make it a perfect square trinomial equals 0 plus 14, which is 14. Step 2, I need to look at the value, the coefficient of x, in this case 5, multiply it by 1/2, and then square that answer. Well, 5 is the same as 5 over 1, so 5 over 1 times 1 over 2 is 5 over 2. But I need to square that answer, and I get 25 over 4. That's what I'm going to need to add to this quadratic expression on the left to get it to be a perfect square trinomial. But I have to add that same amount to what's on the right. Now, step 3 is our perfect square trinomial can become a binomial squared. You square root the first term, the square root of x squared is x. You square root the last term, the square root of 25 over 4 is what we had here before we squared it, so 5/2. And you bring down the sign of the middle term. On the right, we have to get common denominators. So clearly, that'll be 4. And so I need to multiply the top and bottom of 14 over 1 by 4. And I get 56 over 4. 56 over 4 plus 25 over 4 is 81 over 4. Step 4 is to now use property 6.1. Square root both sides. When I square root the left side, I'll have x plus 5/2. When I square root the right side, I'll have positive and negative square root of 81 over 4. And now, step 5 is to continue on in solving for x. The square root of 81 over 4, square root of 81 is 9, square root of 4 is 2, so the radical goes away. When I subtract 5/2 from both sides, I'll have x equals negative 5/2 plus or minus 9/2. 9/2. Well, negative 5 plus 9 is 4. And 4 over 2 is 2. Negative 5 minus 9 is negative 14. And negative 14 over 2 is negative 7. So our two solutions in this case are 2 and negative 7.